Not long ago, a great battle was fought upon the peak of Weathertop between Gandalf the Grey and the Nine. Evil has been drawn to Amon Sul, where the Ranger Candaith seeks to hold the hill for the Rangers of the North.
What can I do for you?
Thank goodness you are here. We heard from Rivendell that Gandalf the Grey had battled the ring raids upon this very hill, and now servants of the Witch King have been drawn here. The minions of Angmar have come already to Amon Sul. I have laid a trap for them, but I fear this will be a foe beyond my strength alone. Very well. This is the second part of our series on the Skirmish timeline. And this is Stand at Amon Sul. And so the question is, why do I place this one second? Well, first we had Siege of Gondoman. Boy, Forced March really makes me go fast. And Amon Sul I'm placing second because it is fought, as it says in the prologue, soon after the battle between Gandalf and the Ring Wraiths, which was... The battle with Gandalf was October 3rd, so I'll presume that this is shortly afterwards. And this is the earliest one I can come up where there is any indication as to its time. Gondoman we decided could be at any time, but I placed it first because that's when you're leaving Ered Luin. I decided to place it right as you're leaving Ered Luin and going towards Bree. So if I'm placing that one after the prologue but before book 1, this one has to be after you finish book 1, because you meet Gandalf at the Prancing Pony before this battle, before he battles the ring raids at Amon Sul. So when you are questing at Weathertop, that it will be after Gandalf, so Gandalf obviously managed to get there faster. Get to Weathertop, hold his thing. Now I'm assuming that this battle here is after you drive off the orcs. Perhaps the orcs were the first evil to be drawn here. And then after retaking Weathertop, I'm thinking you've got all these evil things now coming to take it back. Hence the timing. Now, of course, this one's noted for fires. Fires and more fires. I'm running this one at tier 2 rather than in duo, simply because the rewards are better here. Should be a slightly better chance of getting some decent relic drops. In addition, well, not if I never see any lieutenants. In addition to that, the marks will be better. Now, if you ever run a tier 2 skirmish using the specific tab, you'll notice it says that you earn 110% marks. That's meaning a 10% bonus. That is an error. That is what it used to be way back before they changed the reward system, when they decided to bump up the tier bonuses. And now it's a 33% bonus, or 133 is probably what they will put, since they don't show the bonus but the multiplier instead. So therefore there is quite an incentive to do higher tiers due to the better bonus that you receive. Let's get around here. So therefore, don't be fooled by the number they show on the screen, because it is actually lower than what it actually is. Now, for duo, the 105%, the 105% number that they show is actually accurate. They did not bump up the duos because they are the easiest mode. You see that one could easily enough solo a duo skirmish without any trouble, as I showed you with Gondaman, and that's because it's essentially a nerfed small fellowship skirmish. Now, small fellowship skirmishes, they give you also 133%. And the number they show there on the panel is also inaccurate. So that's something to keep in mind on the matter. So normally when I run skirmishes in my group, it's a small fellowship run at tier 2. So we get double bonuses for. So what happens there is there'll be 133% for that, 133% for the other. Multiply the two together, it gives us somewhere around 177% total. Fighting lieutenants is always tough when the lights go out just as you start to fight them. Right. Now, one of the ways that running it in a group mode might make it a little bit more challenging is the campfires. The bonuses you get for the various campfires around here diminish as the group size gets larger. So for example, you see that I got a bright flame right here. That's the 50% bonus. That is for the large fire in the middle, and 25% for the rest of them. So you get an impressive bonus. But as the group size gets larger, those bonuses get smaller and smaller. And with such a small bonus, alright, where are you? Oh, there he is. Oh, that's right, that's that warg rider who's going all around the place. I'll have to take care of him at some point. And the problem is when I'm talking and trying to skirmish at the same time, I lose count as to how many waves I've had. Sometimes I like to bring him in on an even number wave that has no lieutenant, since I know that there won't be a lieutenant in the wave after that, since odd number waves never have lieutenants. Okay, now at least now I know I'm on an even number now, because a lieutenant is here. Oh, well, okay, really. So, he's... always a pain when you can see the worms, because if you see the worm, it means you're not going to hit it. And whenever I've attempted to... Oh, alright. This is going to be tough. So I am going to have to light this up before I... Except for I've got the filth on me, so I'm slowed down here. Can't light. Oh, I managed to get all 3 of those lit, and I need to get this guy, and I need to get to this area outside the oppressive darkness zone because for some reason the outermost string has no debuff on it. And since there's no debuff on it, I can fight here at no bonuses, no penalties, since it's also, of course, too far from campfires. But it's only at the very, very outer layer where you can do that. And I figured that would be easier than drawing them into the center. Alright, now let me get the northern ones lit. I'm sure everybody has their own pattern of how they like to keep the lights up. That I think was 1, so this is 2 right now. I thought that'd be a good idea. Right, there was no lieutenant. So this is the time which I often like to bring in encounters. Of course, right now I'm too busy picking flowers to do that. And keep a good looking candidates morale here. And hopefully Flax is helping out a little bit there. So I'm certainly not because I'm too busy picking up flowers. Alright, so that's 2. So I'll just get that lit and the other one goes out. Shortest 2 minutes you'll ever see. I know, I did that fight out there and the shepherd and all that fun stuff since I lit those last. Alright, now. Okay, where's the lieutenant? Where's... oh, there he is. The dwarf. Fortunately, it's a stormkeeper. Now what I'm going to do is, as soon as I kill the lieutenant, I am going to pitch the Atlas into the fire. I don't want to put it out too long, or I won't be able to put it in on time. And most likely it really doesn't matter all that much, since I already have the deed completed. I can't remember if I think I can do this one afterwards after the boss is dead, but do it after the boss is dead, you don't get the deed. And I presume that's intentional because the idea for the deed is to complete it in the course of the skirmish. So it's nice of Turbine to allow you to actually do it for the marks and just get the deed completion in doing that. But it's nice to be able to do it at a proper time within the skirmish, if possible. 1, so I don't forget it afterwards. And 2, just to add a little bit extra to the skirmish. Especially with this one, where it's not exactly the most challenging of skirmishes, and might have been able to get away with it at tier 3. Problem with tier 3 on YouTube being a tier 3 is, of course, they tend to take much longer to do. And when they take much longer to do, they can get a little bit on the boring side to watch. So I don't like to record tier 3s all that often. And in fact, that's another reason why I don't even do tier 3s all that often. Is yes, I can get through them, but it takes forever. And And if I don't have the patience in order to run through Tier 3s as a general course, I certainly don't think the viewers will have much patience in actually sitting through someone playing one. Okay, now who's left? Actually, this might be the last. Oh, this is going to be real fun if this is the end, because this means that okay, good, just in time. For a moment there, I thought the boss would come out before I did it. That's why I stopped attacking him. I figured, hoping the north ones would go out before the boss fight, so that I would have a chance to fight this guy in the light, because I'm sure that the southern ones are going to go out before we're done here. Okay, well, unfortunately, my skill, first aid skill, does not work with disarms, because I have the arms in order to do it. Why? I have no clue. And that's the main reason why I have a good supply of wound potions, even though I don't have many of the other types. With most of the other types, I just use first aid. While for disarms, which are wounds, I have to use a wound potion if I want to get rid of it quickly, and in that fight I did want to do so. And that completes Standard Amon Sul, the second part of our series, where we are going through each of the skirmishes in the order that I feel they fit on the timeline. So as I said before, I'm only doing the ones that are outside of the epic story, and of course I am not doing survival barrel downs. I'm just doing the ones that are intended to be played, that you have a solo setting to, and that aren't part of the epic story. So next time we will return with the third part of our series, which is Thievery and Mischief. Until then, this is Pine Leaf Needles. May your shield protect you, and your spear never break.